How's it? Today is January 20th. It's Wednesday, and it's the next piece in the progression for the clean and jerk work. Lots of volume for these first 3 weeks. The same exact thing that I did last week. So, power jerks for quote unquote warm ups, then block power cleans, and then straight legged deadlift, and then a bunch of other accessories that uh, are less important. Um, so last week I did 90 for both the power jerk and the block power clean, but today I went to 95 for both. I basically just increased by 5 kilos on all the lifts. That's just basically how I've been progressing for almost everything since I've been with Steve. So here is my last warm up set at 90. Last week I was on the middle platform in the back, and it was slightly problematic because it meant that I would have to catch the jerk every time it went overhead. And there was one time where I caught it very poorly, and it kind of tweaked my upper back, and I wanted to avoid that at all costs today because that really hurt, and it kind of impacted me on Friday and Saturday. So this week I'm taking the best care that I can. So I'm using the jerk blocks today. These guys are really, really, really loud whenever I drop the weight, and I feel pretty bad because it's super jarring, and I'm doing 15 total reps. Um, but I think it helps a lot. It helps a tremendous amount as far as my confidence, because I don't need to lower the weight anymore, and so I can reset for every single rep, and they are significantly easier because of this. So I think it was a good idea to do use them. I think as far as the power jerks, like I'm doing so many reps and so high volume that I'm not thinking too much about my technique. I know that it would probably be a good idea to be thinking about my technique, but I'm just honestly trying to get through the reps. And I think looking at these videos, a lot of them don't actually look too bad. My dip is pretty low. I'm driving through the midfoot. My hips do sit back a little bit. So all of the things that I've been working on, for the last couple months are still stuck in my head. And so I think that it's a good sign of progress here. That's my last one there. And then I moved into the block power cleans. I tried to set things up as quickly as I could, but it took a lot of moving parts to fix this. So, yep. Same thing that I do. I'm going up to 95 here for the block power cleans. I think I had a strange issue on a couple of these reps where I ended up hitting my genitalia, but I don't know how else to say that nicer. But it did impact it was usually on the second rep that it happened, so it impacted the third rep. Um, it happened for sure on the fourth top set, and then one of the warm up sets. I don't remember which one, but I'm doing my best to maintain over the bar as I start, because some of these positions are a little bit pushed out front because of the height of the blocks. I mentioned it last week, but if I could get higher blocks, I would, and if I could get lower blocks too, I probably would have some amount of difference, but that's not what Steve wanted me to do. He said the higher blocks would be better, so I'm just trying to keep them the higher. You see it right there. The thing I mentioned earlier happened right there. So that third rep was definitely not the best. Here's my final set. Like, overall, Steve was mentioning that these block power cleans should go up to, if I can get triples up to 80%. 80% of my not, it wouldn't be off of my full clean. It would be off my power clean. So my best power clean is like 123 or something. So 80% of 123 is like 99 or something like that. So next week would be about 80%. And he said anything beyond that seems like it wouldn't be the best amount of, like, best quality of reps for my strength. So he was mentioning that at that point, does it mean that um, well, okay, so here's how he said it. So he said he'd rather have me doing 100 for really strong, really technically proficient, really quick triples than have me do like a triple at 110 or 115, which I probably could do, but it would be like a RPE 10, like complete all out. And that amount of work would be, or that type of strength would be a little bit translated a little bit differently than the real clean, real solid reps at 100. So he was saying that if I'm struggling to hit the 80%, then it's okay to just end up doing doubles, because again at that point you get kind of like diminishing returns on the progress that's being made. But yeah, so that was one of the things he mentioned today. I think overall I'm probably good enough to do um, these block power cleans up to 105 for triples. Honestly, like I think I'm strong enough to do it. So yeah, I didn't even get to talk about the straight-legged deadlifts, but those are probably topping out pretty soon. I don't feel like I have the best technique from the floor, which is that range of motion that I'm trying to get stronger at. So 110, maybe 112 next week, 113 next week. We'll see. Moving on to my accessories, I did some seal rows, which are 10 pounds heavier than last week, and then dumbbell overhead walks to finish off with back extensions. Um, yeah, pretty simple. Really, really like high amounts of moving today. I think it was a good workout overall, though. So I'm pretty happy with everything. As a side note, I got a job interview for a physical therapy position on Friday, so training might have to take a backseat if that um, position hires me. So I'm excited about that too. Thank you for watching. Shoots.